So I just wanted to explain something that's commonly misunderstood about how people behave online, in particular how you can evaluate this data in Google AdWords. So what we're looking at is number of campaigns. You'll be familiar with this interface. Something that Google will always tell you, it looks like it's because it just wants to take your money, but these campaigns are limited by budget. Now, that might not immediately appear to be a problem for you, but I want to just explain why for many businesses it's actually making conversion rates worse, and therefore the cost per conversion higher, which makes the return on investment a lot worse. So let me just explain a couple of things. So if we go to Tools and Analysis and we look at Conversions, and then down here on the left you'll see Search Funnels. This is a description of how an audience behaves through a funnel, through multiple impressions and multiple clicks of your ads. And for many products and services, users need more than one click, more than one impression before they convert into a sale or a lead. And this is very important in particular for products which are much more expensive, have a high ticket price, or are quite technical in nature. So things like house purchases, things like that obviously would fit into that category. Software purchases, things like that also suffer with this particular issue. So the one we're interested in here, we're looking at 30 days worth of data. We had 284 total conversions, and the interesting thing is 1.37 days to conversion and needed 1.13 ads on average, and to see 2.81 ads during that 1.37 days. So typically users are searching up to 3 times. The other thing we can do is look at the history window up here. We can change that to 90 days worth of data to give us a bigger window. So this is more considered purchase. People are researching over a longer period of time. So we're just going to look at time lag. So a great deal of the conversions for this particular account happen within the first day of search, with a few coming in 1 to 2 days, some coming 2 to 3 days, some coming 3 to 4 days. So it could be that because we're limited by budget, we're not picking people up more than once when they're searching, and since we know that typically they're requiring multiple impressions and multiple clicks, if our ad isn't there, that means we're losing out on those impressions and clicks required to produce a conversion. So days to conversion now is showing 4.15. We can even look at hours per conversion if you want to. Interesting data. We've got 70% of our conversions happening within 1 hour. But we've got 20%, 19% of our conversions happening more than 24 hours later. So anybody who doesn't convert it within an hour, we're not really getting them coming back, and that could be because of low impression share. So let me just explain what this is. If I go back to campaigns, okay, so we're limited by budget. Now impression share, you should understand what an impression is. That's your ad showing. So impression share is the number of times your ad could have shown versus the number of times that a search query was typed into Google which could have shown your ad. So if there are 1,000 queries that match your keywords per day and your ad's shown 100 times, then that's 10% impression share. So how do we look at impression share? We go to columns, we want to look at competitive metrics, we want to look at search impression share, and we want to know what we've lost through rank. That's through quality of our ads, relevance to keywords, bidding high enough to be on the first page of Google, and we want to know the impression share we've lost through budget, not enough money in our account, or not enough daily budget to support the clicks we would otherwise have. So let's just scroll across. So search impression share on this top campaign is nearly 70%. We're at 44-45% nearly on this one, and we're at 76-77% nearly on this one. Now, it's interesting, it probably isn't the only reason why, but the one with the highest impression share also has the lowest cost per conversion. The campaign with the lowest impression share has the highest cost per conversion. So we would always say, I mean, there are multiple reasons why this might be, but we would always recommend that you try and keep your budget high enough to buy as much traffic, to buy all of the traffic that is searching for what you do. If you can't afford that, then the alternative is to reduce your targeting by geography. So if you're trying to target the whole of the UK with £100 per day budget, or $100 per day budget, and you need 1,000, then you'd be better off targeting 10% of the country to give you 100% of a smaller region. If your impression share is then closer to 100% and your conversion rate improves, your cost per conversion comes down, and those leads are valuable, your sales are valuable, then you can increase that target area and your budget with it, and you should find that your campaign scales perfectly.